I think there are several forces that are moving us toward a new way of thinking about leadership, and therefore, by implication, to how you handle workplace culture and the deeper cultural issues. One of those is the complexity of technologies. Whether we like it or not, and I remember this very well in digital, a computer used to be built by one engineer. Pretty soon the computer got complicated and it took a bunch of engineers who had to collaborate. And then when software came in, the biggest collaboration problem was between hardware and software. That process of complexity, I think, is happening across everything. It's certainly true in the OR and medicine. It's true in public health. More and more people have to know what each other does and somehow find ways of doing it. That forces communication more than us standing up and saying, you know, communication is good. Yeah, right. But if I can't get the job done unless I communicate, then suddenly I say, what was this about communication again? So technology becoming complicated is one big force.
What I was reminded of is we got our big growth back at the time of divestiture in the phone industry. I remember Ray Smith, CEO of Bell Atlantic, said to me one day, he said, you know, if I put my ear down on the railroad track, I can hear the train coming and we ain't ready. And I think we put our ear down the railroad track right now. A freight train is coming. One of those is millenniums. You know, just think about the huge shift that's going on there. So there are some powerful forces now that cause us to really need to look at this. And there's some specific elements of that. For example, right now there's a bigger need for collaboration than ever before. All companies are made up of acquired organizations that haven't been fully acquired. The industry consolidation is going on. So this whole notion of cross-organizational synergy. I wrote a paper called The Last Frontier, Gaining Cross-Organizational Synergy. The other one is agility. We just finished an agility study with Carol Dweck, who wrote the Mindset book on agility at Stanford. And so this is a part of a bigger study about thriving. So how do you create thriving organizations? And a thriving organization, incidentally, we found, has three things. One, purpose and direction. Two, it has vitality. It's living a healthy set of values in the community. And three, it has a learning and growth mindset. And that's about a 72% predictor of success in people's and organizations. So how do you create thriving, renewing organizations today to really keep up with what's coming at us? So I think there's a huge need, and the factors are clear, the needs are pretty clear. It's a matter of how do we begin, and I think leaders are going to begin to recognize that they need some help in getting there. Because right now, unfortunately, far too many culture initiatives fail or mess around with climate or something else or engagement and really don't change the culture.
I've always had problems with the concepts of like a culture for quality, a culture for engagement, a culture for safety, whatever the thing might be after the word for. Because I'm not sure if a very focused set of norms, rules, priorities, regulations works within the context of a larger organizational culture that may not support that little mini culture that people are trying to create, or in fact may make it difficult to implement that type of culture, or may simply run counter to it. So somehow in the future, I think that people in organizations who think about culture should take into consideration how the target that they are particularly interested in at a particular point in time sort of can be handled by a larger, more general, more encompassing cultural change, rather than simply focus only on safety, only on quality, only on engagement, or whatever. And I think they're actually going to be more successful, as you were at PPL, with the thing you were originally trying to improve in the first place, safety.
You know, a rising tide lifts all boats. And our finding really is if you really work on the health of the organization, and it's a tapestry. You have to have personal accountability, you have to have collaboration, you have to have trust, you have to have caring, you have to have appreciation, and they're all a part of that. And you have to have clean conversations and no hidden agendas, all those kinds of things. When you work on that, then it's, in our surveys, that the whole line kind of marches the same direction. And so I would certainly agree with that.
And I would say, Larry, you have obviously had the experiences of how this can work. And one of the powerful ways the larger culture learns is if you tell enough stories of what can happen.
Storytelling.
Because a lot of us sit at the sidelines and can see the pathology, but there aren't enough good stories to show us how do you work your way out of a bad situation. So people like you are going to have a huge obligation to tell more and more of those stories as an example of what can happen.
And they're out there.